was a good development in journalism. Yeah.
When did you first discover your phone was being tapped?
I first discovered my phone was being tapped on, try and get a date for you, in December of 1982, when the new government came to power.
In November 1992, Michael Noonan became Minister for Justice.
Yeah.
Sure.
And shortly after that, Peter Murtagh in the Irish Times, I wasn't in the Irish Times at the time, Peter Murtagh wrote a story saying that Bruce Arnold's phone was tapped and so was mine. So how did I know my phone was tapped? I knew my phone was tapped because Peter Murtagh rang me the evening before we published the story at about 8 o'clock and said to me, Georgie, I'm doing a story tomorrow, your phone is tapped, have you any comment? I said, hang on a minute, Peter, tell me a bit about it. No, he said, I haven't time, he said, I'm right up against the deadline. And I said, well, I'm not saying anything then.
And what was your reaction?
I was very shocked.
Were you?
I was, yeah.
I mean, were you careful on the phone in the previous years? You didn't never...
No.
Did you hear clicks or anything like that?
No, I didn't, no. And what was interesting about that period was that people were afraid to be seen talking to journalists, right? So what they do was say, I'll give you a ring at home tonight. The strange thing about it was, right? But I was shocked because it was a reality. There had been a lot of speculation in the latter half of that year that phones were tapped and God only knows what was happening. But you never took it to heart, you know.
Now, and it's clear in law, the government wasn't entitled to tap your phone.
Yeah.
But what inspired it, as it were, what motivated, what we know Sean Doherty and there are conflicts as well that Charlie Haughey knew about. Do you believe Charlie Haughey knew your phone was being tapped at the time, do you?
I do.
Because Sean Doherty is the only person that said that.
Yeah, and it was very interesting in the end. It shows how strange and yet wise the public can be, right? That here was Doherty who had lied for 10 years about it, saying he knew about it all along, and people immediately believed Doherty.
You believe that Charlie Haughey deals every week or month was looking at transcripts, some extracted transcripts of your private phone conversations?
I don't know how she...
Yeah. Charlie Haughey says he brought Sean Doherty says he brought transcripts, which have been typed up by the Gardaí, to Charlie Haughey of the phone conversations between you and Richard. He didn't bring them all, I suspect everything he said on the phone wasn't riveting. But that dealt with political sources.
Yes.
And he brought them and Charlie read these transcripts.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
I couldn't be certain that Charlie read the transcripts, but I would be certain that he was aware of what was in them. Do you understand? Yes. It's a matter of whether he got them or Doherty went to him and said, oh, there's a call about such and such.
So go back. Peter Murtagh rings you from the Irish Times and says, I'm running a story tomorrow, your phone was tapped. Now, we don't know where he sourced that story, but there was once the Minister for Justice had changed and Michael Noonan became the Minister for Justice, he began to establish a series of facts about the phones being tapped. And the Times was ahead of the publication of those stories.
Yeah.
I mean, did you have a deep intake of breath and say, or did you just say, well, sure, so be it?
No, I was...
Were you intimidated by this?
I was upset and intimidated by it. I felt it was an enormous invasion of your privacy. You felt you were like a rabbit in a burrow. I could still feel it. It was terrible.